The shelf life of a LEGO set can really vary because some sets are available in retail stores for 5 years, and then there are others that are available for less than 1 year. Now the average across the board on LEGO sets is around 2 years, but this can vary by theme. As a LEGO investor, as someone who buys LEGO sets to watch the value skyrocket, I like to see short shelf life because it means that there's fewer of that set that are ever going to be manufactured. There are going to be fewer available on eBay and Amazon in the aftermarket, and therefore prices could go up more. Now, of course, I need to see other good fundamentals about the set as well, but a short shelf life theoretically could help the values in the aftermarket because it will likely mean lower supply available. In addition to there being fewer units manufactured by the LEGO group because manufacturing runs for a shorter time, there's also less time for resellers and LEGO investors to stock up on inventory of those sets if they're only available for 8 or 9 months in stores. So a short shelf life for me does get me a little bit interested. It makes me look a little bit closer because I do think that it has the potential to mean that supply will be lower. Now, each theme has a different average shelf life overall, and some themes it's normal for them to be around 3 or 4 years on the shelves. Other themes like BrickHeadz, it is normal for them to be less than a year on the shelves. So when we're thinking about shelf life, it is important to think about it differently depending on what theme you are interested in, what theme you're thinking about investing in. Now today I want to save you some research and I want to actually just show you some sets that are retiring this year that have a short shelf life. These are sets that released this year in 2023 and are also retiring that same year in December. So they're sets with less than 1 year on the shelves before they disappear for good. Now, does that mean they're all going to be great investments? It does not. So I don't want anyone to think that this is simply a list of sets to go and buy, because of course there are other things that we want to make sure are good before we invest in a set. This is simply a list of sets that are going to have a short shelf life, retiring the same year that they were released. Now, I think you're going to like this list, especially what's in number 1. I will tell you that number 1 on this list is a set that I think is going to be a really good LEGO investment. But before we get there, let's jump in and look at number 12. So this is the Disney 100th Celebration BrickHeadz set. This is set number 40622 with 501 pieces, no minifigures of course because it is a BrickHeadz set. Price per piece of 8 cents, so reasonable value here. It's a $40 set. Now whenever we have a BrickHeadz set that has 4 different characters inside it, it is typically around that $40 price point. Typically a BrickHeadz character is $10, so you're not really saving here by buying these 4 packs. It is exactly 40. But when you have a 4 pack like this, you typically can't get the characters individually for $10. So the only way you're going to get those BrickHeadz is if you buy the 4 pack. That of course helps to drive up the demand, because if you're a collector of Disney BrickHeadz, and there are many people who collect that sub theme, then you're going to be picking this up. You're going to be looking for this. Now what makes BrickHeadz even more interesting is that they're not typically sold in all retailers. A lot of BrickHeadz sets are actually exclusive to LEGO stores and Lego.com. You can't walk into Targets and find a lot of these sets. And when you have that exclusive nature, you also have a short shelf life with BrickHeadz, you also have the high collectability and the high demand, it can lead to some of these sets being really good investments. Now this is also a Disney 100th year celebration set, which kind of adds to the desirability of it a little bit. And the characters that you're getting in here will be sought after. You have Snow White, there is a new Snow White movie coming out, you have Tinkerbell, you have Oswald and Mickey of course. So I can see sustained demand for what you get inside the box here. Now this was a $40 set, like I mentioned. It was released in February 2023, retiring in December of the same year. So that's just going to be 10 months on the shelves before this disappears for good. So that is the Disney 100 Celebration BrickHeadz set in here at number 12. Moving into the next one, we have LEGO City Challenge sets. So we have 3 sets from this sub theme here that are retiring: 60359, 60360, and 60361. Now we have a variety of sets here, of course, with 117, 144 pieces, and then one larger one with 385 pieces. And of course that means we have varying price for pieces and varying MSRP values, but overall these sets are all retiring in December and were released in March. Now that is below the average for City sets, because City of course is a big theme and a lot of those sets actually last a little bit longer on the shelves than this. This will just be 9 months by the time these 3 retire. Now does that tell us anything about the sets? There is always the chance that LEGO Group did not plan to retire some of these sets, and we have to always keep that in mind whenever we see retirements happening that are abnormal for the theme. So with BrickHeadz, it's not really abnormal to see retirement the same year. With City, it's a little bit below the average here. So is there a reason for that? Is there a chance that maybe some of these City stunt sets don't fit in as well with the overall City brand and City theme and are not selling as fast? That is something I would need to look a little bit deeper in, and I would look at some sales data and different things like that before I would make that call. And so I'm not saying that that's what's happening here, but it is something we would want to look a little bit closer at. So again, 9 months on the shelves for the City Challenge set. Next up, we have a Marvel set. This is Team Spidey at Green Goblin's Lighthouse. And one glance at this this box, it kind of feels a little bit too upbeat for a Marvel Spider-Man versus Green Goblin set. It kind of, you know, with the purple colors and different things, I think feels like a Friends set for some reason. But it's set number 10790, 149 pieces, 4 minifigures, 3 of which are unique to this set. 23 cents price per piece is quite high on this. It is a 4+ set, so it's aimed to young kids, but a $35 purchase price. Now, I don't like that price. It is a little bit high for me in this set, but released in March 2023, retiring December 2023 for a shelf life of 9 months. So that is Team Spidey at Green Goblin's Lighthouse. Now, next up, we have the Harry Potter house banners. So there is a set of 4 different sets here, all retiring at the end of December, all released in March of 2023 this year. Now, we saw the same thing happen the previous year with the last wave of the Hogwarts Moments sets. Those were also Harry Potter kind of storybook fold-out sets that were based on classrooms. And the final wave also released in March of last year and retired in December of last year, so they also had a shelf life of 9 months. And so that could be an opportunity to dig a little deeper on what could happen with prices and treat those as comps or comparable sets to these ones. They are, of course, different sets, but they do have some similar characteristics. So here we have Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin house banners that are all retiring in the Harry Potter theme, of course. The piece count varies, but it is quite similar. It's somewhere in the region of 300 to 350 pieces inside of these. Price on all of these is $35. Now, you can often get them discounted. Recently, they've been sold in double packs on Lego.com for 20% off, so you can get a 2-pack with 2 different house banners. But $35 purchase price, in my opinion, was a little bit high on some of these sets. Released in March of 2023, retiring December of 2023 for a shelf life of 9 months for the Harry Potter house banners. Now, next up, we have another Lego City set. This is the Stunt Truck and Ring of Fire Challenge. Immediately reminds me of one of those old Toy Story sets with the, I think it was Duke Kaboom's stunt show or something like that. Looks kind of like a similar scene to me. Set number 60357 in Lego City theme, of course. Piece count of 479, 3 minifigures, all of them unique to this set. A price per piece of 13 cents, a little on the high side of City here, but it is a $60 purchase price. March 23 release date, December 23 retirement date for a shelf life of around 9 months on this one. Moving on now, next up we have more Harry Potter, but this is dots as well, so this is a crossover between 2 different themes. We have 3 Lego Harry Potter dot sets, and for those who are not aware of dots as a theme, it is a theme of kind of accessories and where you can build bracelets, you can build pencil holders and key rings and all sorts of different things like that. So it's a very arts and crafts type theme of Lego sets, and here they have the crossover with Harry Potter, which makes sense to me. I think it's a crossover that really does make sense. We have 3 sets here retiring at the end of this year. Now, all of them released in March of 2023, retiring in December of 2023, and these are all ranging in piece count and ranging in MSRP values. We have a 234 piece set here with the Hogwarts accessory pack. Then we have a 518 piece set with the Hedwig pencil holder, and then an 856 piece set here with the Hogwarts desktop kit. So all sorts of different things going on here with these sets, and all of them retiring at the end of this year. Next up, we have Guardians of the Galaxy headquarters. So a Marvel set here, 76253. This is a small set, just 67 pieces with 2 minifigures. One of them is unique. 15 cents price per piece, driven up, of course, by the 2 minifigures here because it's just a $10 set. April 2023 release date on this one, retiring at the end of the year, December 2023. In number 5 here, we have Brickhead's crossover with Minecraft. So we have Alex, Llama, and Zombie Brickhead sets, all from Minecraft, of course. In the past, we've had Minecraft Brickhead sets that have done very, very well as an investment. I personally bought some of them over time and done quite well. We have set number 40624, 40625, and 40626 here. Piece counts that vary between 80 and 100, of course. They are Brickhead sets, single character Brickhead sets. Prices are all $10 on these, so the price per piece will vary a little bit. No minifigures in any of these because they are Brickhead sets, but all 3 of them released in April 2023 and retiring in December of 2023. Now again, it's not abnormal for Brickhead sets to have a shelf life of under a year, but whenever we have high collectability and reasons to believe that the demand is going to sustain over time, it can make it interesting as an investment. So Minecraft Brickheads retiring at the end of the year. Now next up we have the new Guardians ship. This is set number 76255, 1108 pieces. It is a $100 set, 5 minifigures, 4 of them unique, and a 9 cents price per piece on this one. Released in April of 2023 and retiring in December of 2023. Now to see this large $100 set, there was a lot of effort that goes into these larger sets to build them, to design them, and to see them only lasting on the shelves for 8 months, it is a little bit disappointing. And unless the set is released for a specific purpose, such as an event or something like that, which usually doesn't happen for large sets, but unless that was the case, I don't see a reason why they would retire a set that is $100 after 8 months unless it is underperforming their expectations. Now the design on this one, I don't personally like it. That's just my opinion, of course, but with 1,108 pieces, it should be a little bit more evident how much detail is in this set. You can't have an 1,100 piece set that doesn't have a reasonable amount of detail, but when you glance at the box here and you see a lot of the big large parts that make up large parts of the ship, it doesn't really look very detailed, and I think it's lacking there. Maybe it's just the artwork. There's something about it there that doesn't really land well with me, but again, just my opinion on this one. But that is the New Guardian ship retiring at the end of the year after just 8 months on the shelves. Next up, we have the Family House and Electric Car, another city set, 60398 with 462 pieces in the box and 3 minifigures, all of which are unique. And what can I say about this? I'm actually a really big fan of this set. I love the way that they've actually called out the car as being an electric car. This is kind of poking fun at the new suburbia of the millennials, buying their white picket fence house with the big glass conservatory and then getting their electric car and having a little car charger outside, playing football in the yard. You even get the dog here, right? It's just the cliche millennial life, and I'm all for it. So putting this into your city, I like it. It's 462 pieces, 13 cents price per piece, and a $60 purchase price. Now this was released in June of 2023, so just a half a year on the shelves before this one disappeared. So if you want to grab this for your city, you got to do it soon, because again, it's retiring at the end of the year. If I was a city builder, I'd be buying this. Okay, now before we get to the big number one, this is the Dragon Power Spinjitzu. So this is Ninjago Spinners, set number 71777, 78, and 79. We have 3 different characters here, of course, with Kai, with Lloyd, and with Naya. And then we have $11 purchase price on these. They have inflated a little bit over time. I'm pretty sure all versions of this were 10. Varying different piece counts between 56 and 72 pieces. Notably, the Kai's one here has a lot more pieces in it than the other 2. Release date of June 2023, so just 6 months on the shelves before they retire in December of 2023. Okay, now coming in at number 1 here, and again, like I said before, I do think that as a Lego investment, this one has some potential. So that does not mean I'm telling everyone to go buy this set. It does mean I think we should be looking a little bit closer at it, and this is, of course, the Battle of Endor Heroes. So this is the Brickheadz Star Wars set, Battle of Endor Heroes, set number 40623, and this is a 5-pack of Brickhead sets. So like we saw with the Disney 100, you got 4 characters for $40. You weren't really getting a discount because usually one character is $10. This one is 5 characters, so you are getting some good value here, right? You're getting 5 different characters for the same price of $40. It is 549 pieces, which makes a price per piece of 7 cents. Again, reasonably priced here, good value. No minifigures, of course, it is Brickheadz, but it is $40. Now, Star Wars collectors, of course, are quite passionate, and whenever they have some of the other Brickhead sets, they're going to want to pick this one up. And it just happens to be based on a very beloved movie in the Star Wars franchise, which is, of course, Return of the Jedi, but also a very beloved set of scenes in that movie with what happens on Endor. So we have Luke Skywalker, we have R2-D2, we have Lando Calrissian, we have Wicket, and we have Princess Leia, all inside of the box here. So you're off to a quick start with building your collection. If you haven't bought any of these Brickhead Star Wars sets before, you just pick this one up. It's going to look great on a shelf immediately. It's like you already have a collection just by buying this one. And then you can add to it with other sets, of course. It is Brickhead, so it is harder to find in other retailers and different things, and that will add to the exclusivity of this one and to the lack of supply in the aftermarket. So Battle of Endor Heroes in here at number 1 as a set that has a very short shelf life and a lot of other really great things going for it that overall could lead to it being a good investment. So that is it, folks. I hope this was helpful. What do you think about this list of sets that have a very short shelf life that are retiring this year? Let me know in the comments down below, and I hope you found this useful. I hope this saves you some time doing your own research, just having all of this right here for you. And if you're not already inside of our free Facebook group, you really got to get in on the action. We are coming into the busiest time of the year for Lego investing, so grab that link down below and get into the free Facebook group, because that's where all the action is going to be happening. And thank you so much for being here. Once again, I'm Shane from BrickBucks.net, and I will see you in the next one.